Hey there, guys. Welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast. Guess what, though? I'm joined by this motherfucker over here, Mr. Chuck Nasty. How's
Hi.
it going, buddy?
That's all right.
Yeah, you having a good day so far?
Man, it's decent. Could be worse. Could be better.
Oh, I mean, I get that. I get that.
Yeah,
But
not
anyways,
horrible.
well, that's good. That's good. I think we should probably go ahead and jump into this episode, though, man.
Yeah.
So before we go ahead and get too deep, I do want to remind everybody, check out our motherfucking comic book. It's pretty sexy. You can touch it, you can rub it, you can spit on it. I mean, you could do some pretty gross and vile things to this thing. And guess what? It won't say no and it won't call the cops. So it's allowed. You can do whatever the fuck you want to as long as you buy it. And you can buy that over at talesfromthepodcast.com. Also, check out one of our sponsors, House of Mysterious Secrets. And you can check them out at houseofmysterioussecrets.com. Use our code 4130, save 10% on some awesome merch. And of course, go ahead and get yourself some wax melts. The link is right there. Check it out. If you're listening to this on podcast form, go check us out on YouTube so you can see what I'm talking about, or just click the show notes. I guess I'm okay with that. I guess. All right, and let's go ahead and talk about this episode. But first, we got a guest to introduce. A guest that was recently on just last week. So, but good friend of the show and continuing his 666 run, Mr. Michael Ravenshadow.
Bomboleo. What's up, JB and Chuck? Good to be back for another sixth episode.
Sixth. I mean, you have hit the sixth episode now for 6 seasons.
It's true.
So, I mean, that's a lot of sixes.
Oh yeah, I'm like Nikki Six.
Are you? Does he still have that radio show?
I don't know. I haven't listened to terrestrial radio in so long, but I did enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I still listen to Coast in the morning.
There you go, coming at you.
Oh God, I got some fucking problems. Well, I hope you're doing well, man.
Chilling bit better now, buddy.
Especially after watching this episode. And I think we got some things to talk about today, don't we?
Oh, let's jump in. Cannonball. It's all cannonball in right now.
All right, we're gonna do it, guys. So this episode is called The Bribe. It is based off of the Shock Suspense Stories issue number 7 comic book, and the original release date for this episode was November 23rd of 1994. I was 6. Just gonna throw that out there, guys. I'm pretty sure you guys. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to. So now, obviously, I am not the greatest with names, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some attempting here, guys. So if you don't like it, I guess just keep your opinions to yourself because I don't really care. We got who directed this episode? Ramon Menendez. Menendez.
Was he one of those brothers? Nice. See, Chuck, yes. We are like this, brother. I'm with you, and we are on the same page.
I'm trying to think of like some of the stuff he did, and honestly, he didn't do a lot that I personally know. He did this episode, and he also did an episode of Perversions of Science. I don't know if anybody else watched Perversions of Science, but that's about all I really know this guy from. He didn't do too much else. What?
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Well,
no, but I was a big fan of Emmanuel in Space. Is that similar?
Okay, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
All right, and we have. Oh God, I should know this one. All right, well, I'll just skip that guy. He's done so much stuff anyway. The teleplay for this is Scott Nimmerfro. Fuck that up. Whatever. All right, and then let's go ahead and just talk about it. I mean, dude, what X-Men produced? Done a lot of TV shows. He's done a lot of producing, to be honest. Like Once Upon a Time, Hannibal, The Ringer, The Gates. He was a producer for Bordello of Blood, Tales from the Crypt. He was the associate producer for 27 episodes there as well. He played Einstein in the Weird World TV movie, if you guys are familiar with that too. He was also in Radio Flyer. Yeah. On top of producing a lot of those shows, he was also a writer for almost all of those shows as well. So, got some pretty prolific names already. All right, now let's go ahead and see who's in this episode. We got Terry O'Quinn in this episode.
Stepfather himself.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. There you go. And he was also the Rocketeer in the Rocketeer.
He was also in Silver Bullet.
Yes,
oh my God. He was also in one of my favorite pictures of all time, Young Guns.
He was also in Old School.
Old School. He was in I didn't really watch it, but wasn't he in the Lost? TV's Lost?
Yes, he was. Yeah. He was also in Primal Fear.
Oh shit. Was he ever young? Or did he ever have hair?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's been old his whole life.
He
came out very old. But, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, that's like all of his really good stuff, right? I mean, sure he's done. Oh, he was in Tombstone.
He was in Tombstone. Yeah, he's so good. That's a pretty good fucking resume, right?
Yeah.
There's something else he was in, but I'm drawing a blank.
Something else he was in, but you're drawing a blank. I mean, he's been in a ton of stuff, dude. I mean,
I used to get him and dude from Hellraiser confused when I was younger.
Oh, Doug Bradley?
Makes sense.
Yeah, they look very similar.
Right.
Except
minus the pants. Might have the same sense of humor, huh?
I was talking about Larry. He looks like Larry in Hellraiser. The dad.
Oh. Yeah. Also in this episode, we have Kimberly Williams Paisley, father of the bride, according to Jim. She was on there. Huh?
I was gonna say according to Jim, yeah.
Right. I mean, she's been in a lot of stuff, but she's also been in a lot of really shitty TV movies. So I want to make sure everybody knows that. A lot of really, really horrible TV movies. Like, to the point where she could have probably just had a career working for Lifetime and done nothing else. I wonder if they're even still a channel.
Oh, they are. They are.
Oh, are they? All right.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who has cable anymore.
No,
right.
Huh? My parents it's weird. My parents will watch Sons of Anarchy, Yellowstone, Sopranos, but then for some reason, if I go over there on a Sunday, Lifetime movies are on. And I don't understand. I don't understand the fascination.
Huh. That's weird.
For a calm Sunday.
Yeah.
So we also have Benicio del Toro as Bill in this episode.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just call it probably the biggest actor in this.
Yeah.
I mean, feel free to argue it. He was in Thor. I believe he was in
Wolfman.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
he was in The Pledge.
The shitty Wolfman.
Yeah,
that wasn't a good one.
Yeah, but fucking Usual Suspects, brother. I mean, come on.
All right, yeah, you do have that.
That movie with
that might be his best role.
Silverstone. I mean, he was in fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Snatch.
Yeah, he was in Sin City too, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Sin City. Yeah.
He's been a lot of good shit.
Yeah. He's definitely been in more good shit than a lot of the other people that have been in this episode. We also have Hal Williams in this episode. He was in Guess Who. I mean, this dude did a lot of stuff, a lot of TV stuff, a lot of video game stuff too.
Which guy was this?
Was he the dad in 227?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
for 5 fucking years.
Yeah.
He was also in one of Ravenshadow's favorite shows, The Sinbad Show.
I do like Sinbad.
Everybody likes Sinbad. You gotta like Sinbad. He's not horrible. I mean, at least he's not Nick Cage.
No.
All right. Continuing this as Bick, we have Max Gordonchik. He was also in The Rocketeer. And now this movie, I think is kind of funny because I've brought it up a few times as a joke. And it is something I want to do on 2G1C eventually. And hopefully I can get a nice little guest, hopefully Ravenshadow for this one. But he was also in one of my favorite movies from 1995, Rumpelstiltskin. So I do wanted to throw that out there.
Didn't we do? No, we did Pinocchio's Revenge.
Yeah, we did Pinocchio's Revenge. Rumpelstiltskin's just another really good one to do afterwards. But he was in some good movies, though. He was in Apollo 13.
Was he the club owner? Was he the?
He is credited as Fido Gold. He did some voice acting for the Star Trek games. He was also in Deep Space Nine.
Okay.
Yeah, he played Rom.
Yeah.
So I mean, he did quite a bit of stuff there. Let's see who else was in this episode. Oh yes, here we go. Asaya Morales as Puck.
Yeah, that guy was a lot. He was doing a lot of shit too.
Oh yeah, he was in. This dude's still in shit, dude.
Yeah.
In the new Mission Impossible movie. I'm not a really big fan of those, to be honest.
He was in NYPD Blue.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure that was one of them.
He was in Ozark.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you're right. Oh God, he was in a really, really bad TV series, the From Dusk Till Dawn series.
Oh, that's right, he wasn't that.
Yeah,
That wasn't that good.
yeah, I changed my mind on him. Maybe he's not that great. We also have just to go through the rest of them. Obviously, we got Wayne Grace, Ron Carlson, and Kylie Ireland in this as well. Kylie Ireland played the dancer.
Yes.
So
I really enjoyed that opening. Yes.
Yes. She's still in a bunch of movies. So, and
She
not
still
only
had
that,
nice boobies.
yeah, but like, I'm pretty sure, like, I just want to go ahead and say this. I'm pretty sure most of the stuff she's in is porn.
Hell yeah.
So to go through some of her latest credits, she was in Double Booked Honeymoon. Then she was in My First Time with a Lesbian MILF.
Wait, what's it called again?
My First Time with a Lesbian MILF.
Let me get some paper.
Right after that, she was in From Beyond. She played Luna.
Yes, she was good in that.
Yes. She's in Black and Blonde Volume 3. She's also in Young and Beautiful 3.
Yeah.
Mommy's Little Girl.
Oh God.
Shades of Kink 6.
Yeah.
My Stepmom Has Big Tits.
Yep.
Brothers and Sisters. Family Secrets. Student Bodies 4.
They made part 4?
Check this one out, guys. She's in My Daughter's Boyfriend 11.
Oh God.
Right. Oh my God. All right. Now I really feel like I need to say this because all right, there's a few on here that I'm pretty sure that are gonna really, really make Ravenshadow happy here. Let me say them all first before you say anything, Ravenshadow. She's in Star Wars XXX, a porn parody. She is in This Ain't the Expendables XXX. She's in Iron Man XXX, an Axel Braun parody. She's in Snow White XXX, an Axel Braun parody. She's in 24 XXX, an Axel Braun parody. She's also in Bitchcraft 7.
Yeah.
In the Butt 2.
Yep.
I think I've named more of her titles than anybody else. She has like 300 credits. I could do this for probably like an entire day.
That's the show, everybody.
Oh god. Oh my god. I wish I would have looked this up first, dude. She's in Ass Wreckage 2.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
She's also in Open for Anal 2. Backwash Babes. The original Ass Wreckage. So she came back for more wreckage.
Yeah.
She's in The Whore Next Door. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not even out of the 2000s yet.
Wait. But this episode came out in what, 1990? What?
4.
Okay, so she had to have been like, all right. So
I think this might have been the only thing she's ever done that wasn't porn.
But okay, so I was 17 in 1994, and I feel that she was older than me in this episode.
Well, yeah, because she was doing porn.
So how old was she, like, in the Butt Wreckage, or like when did that come out?
In the 2000s. So that was like 8 years after this. So
Okay.
like her first role was in 1993 and in the movie Rain Woman 7. Then in 1994, the same year as this episode, she was in Up and Comers 10,
Yeah,
Western Nights, Tales from the Crypt, Yankee Rose, Tongue in Cheek, Titty Slickers 2, The Start, The Stand Up, The Dinner Party, The Cheater, Submission, Stiff Competition 2, Shave Tails, Seymour and Shane Do Ireland, Sexy Nurses 2, Sexual Healing, Risky Burlesque, Reality. I can go up and up. She's in Chug Lug Girls 5, Crazy with the Heat, Big Knockers
Chug Lug Girls 5.
That's a real thing. I'm not lying to you guys. All right, going into 95, she started with the Erotic Escape. But I mean, she looks like she's in all of the Adventures of Studman movies.
Yeah, well,
I know that you're a big fan of superheroes. Oh, yeah, right. I mean, holy fuck, man. She's in Triple X 9. Talk Dirty to Me 10. I mean, some of these have so many sequels. I mean, they're making Marvel seem like they're barely putting anything out.
So in Triple X 9, does that have Vin Diesel or Ice Cube? Which one came back for that one?
I don't know.
It's probably mostly one scene with her.
What would bring Vin Diesel and Ice Cube together? Can we put these titles together, please?
She's in Laura Crotch Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So her first movie was that Rain Woman. So in 2001, she ended up coming back for Rain Woman 16.
Well, that really took the franchise back on track, I feel.
Right. I mean, yeah. I mean, some of these are just like, wow, I can't believe there's just so many of them. I mean, I'm impressed.
Like, does she have the same amount of hours that we do in a day? Because I'm not sure how she gets all that done.
I don't know. She was born May 26th in 1970.
So she's 52, I think, right? Or 53?
Yeah, she is 52. She is 52. And I mean, not only was she an actress, though, she's done other things too, guys. So on top of being an actress...
Oh, more than just anal?
Well, yeah, there's way more than just anal. She was also part of the art department. She did some set designing for a lot of porn. A lot of porn.
She put the plastic down.
Right. She was also an art director for a lot of porn. Oh, including some of Ravenshadow's favorites, like Avengers vs. X-Men, Triple X and Axel Braun parody.
Yeah.
Or Wonder Woman, Triple X and Axel Braun parody. Avengers 2, Triple X and Axel Braun parody. X-Men, Triple X and Axel Braun parody. They have a Spider-Man one, a Snow White one, a Captain America one, a Thor one, Wolverine, Man of Steel, Iron Man. She does She-Hulk one and Dark Knight, all of which are Axel Braun parodies.
He's the biggest guest I want to get on Trick or Treat Radio. Say what you want. The costumes are remarkably accurate.
I mean, like, some of this is insane, dude. I mean, I don't even know what to say, man. She got special thanks and me so horny too.
Classic, Wheeler.
Right.
By Two
Anyways,
Life Crew or by somebody?
I need to go on about this episode. What the fuck? I mean, I've spent a lot of time talking about her. Who would have thought the person who had the most roles out of everybody in there? And honestly, I mean, it has more screen time than anybody. Probably everybody on this episode combined is her.
Yeah, fuck that hack Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, what the fuck did he do? How many credits?
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
Benicio del Toro, no joke. I mean, he has about a fifth of the credits as she does. So clearly, she is more desirable to put in movies than Benicio del Toro.
He just made a lot of money, and he didn't really have to think about it all the time like she does.
I mean, I don't know though. I mean, he could never replace her. Imagine Benicio del Toro in Ass Wreckage 2. It probably wouldn't have been as good as the movie.
Yeah, but I don't think we need him in trade spots. I don't think that was ever a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I did really enjoy Traffic, but I think I might want to check out her catalog more than Benicio. He was in The Fan. He did play Juan Primo in The Fan with Bobby De Niro. That's awesome,
right?
But yeah.
All right. So, anyways, to go ahead and bring this back, let me go ahead and throw out a plot synopsis for this episode. A fire inspector is forced to take a bribe from a sleazy strip club owner in order to buy a scholarship for his daughter. That's fair. A tad bit different than the comic book, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into that real quick. So the comic book in this episode, no joke, are almost identical. The main difference is there's really not too much talk about the scholarship. It's more about giving money for this woman's perfect wedding.
Yeah.
But the way the, I guess there's small differences. Like, he didn't want to shut down the guy because he was sleazy or anything like that. He wanted to shut down this part. There wasn't a strip club either. It was just a club. But he wanted to shut down this club because there was too many people and not enough exits. And then one day there was even more people than normal after taking this bribe. And one of the firefighters came back over there and said, well, these pictures were dropped off at the pharmacy, and he ends up seeing that his daughter was in some of the pictures there. And because she was doing some photographing, well, she ended up leaving before the place caught fire. Guy still ended up killing himself, shooting himself. And there was still the phone call at the end, as well as the whole, we just eloped type thing.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't like a guy he didn't know or anything like that. They had to throw the 90s edge onto it. But I mean, basically, there's really not a lot different with this one, which I appreciate. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into our thoughts. Chuck Nasty, why don't you go first?
Yeah. I like this one. It's got the basics of a good Tales from the Crypt episode story. It's got kind of the moral aspect of it. And then there's always that twist at the end. But this one actually has like double twists.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that because I'm like, that's I get into that kind of shit.
Right.
But yeah, I liked it. It's a good one, and I like Terry O'Quinn. He's always such a serious actor. Like in every role he's in, he's very much that guy. He's very much in the moment.
Right.
But yeah, no, I really enjoyed this one actually.
Yeah. Well, where would you rate this one between a 1 and 10?
I give it an 8.
Right, that's fair. I mean, I think this episode got a 6.4 on IMDb, but That's still pretty decent. All right, I can see that. Ravenshadow, why don't you go ahead and give us your thoughts on some of this?
This one's good. Aside from the credits of the female actress that we talked about, I was locked in by the cast from the jump, and I like that it didn't seem like a typical Tales from the Crypt that um, I've done on this show, at least.
Right.
It wasn't a love triangle or things like that, and I didn't see every episode. I mean, there was no DVR back in the day, so if you watched it at 8 or 10 o'clock, whenever it was on, or you missed it, you didn't see it. But I liked.
Go ahead and just pick up the DVDs.
Well, we didn't have the DVDs back then.
I know, but you got them now, so you can watch every episode.
I will do that moving forward.
All right. All right. Go ahead.
But I was into it. I like the sleazy club setting. I like the nudity in the beginning. I liked when Terry O'Quinn came home. And he has he's given naked pictures by the club owner. And I love the
we
shot.
think it's the club owner.
I thought it was the club owner.
Well, no, because he made him think it was Puck, but it was really Bill.
That was
remember, because at the end he was taking pictures of her and talking about photographing her.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But when he comes home to her, the daughter having the argument with the boyfriend, like he definitely heard her say, first you want to, touch me, now you don't want to touch me. Like he was pretty cool about this jock dude having an argument with his daughter.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
I think more cool than most dads would be. But I did love that. I love that shot though when she went to her bedroom.
Yeah,
it was almost like
green.
A curtain, like you could see he was talking to her behind, almost like if it was like a sheet that was hung up. And for a minute, I'm like, oh, are they just poor, and that's how they separate their rooms? But I thought that was a really cool scene, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool too. Yeah.
And then obviously there's always we hear this line in the show, a deal with the devil. And he's basically saying that I'm the new sheriff in town or new fire marshal in town. We're doing this by the book. Fuck you. And then he needs the money. And the daughter's very adamant that you can't help me, Dad. There's nothing you can do. Basically, you're a fucking punk. And I like the little midnight greeting with the former fire marshal, played by 227's dad. And even saying like, I fractured the occasional law, but for 20 years doing this job, what the fuck? I'm burned. I'm this, fuck you. Take your paper. So Terry O'Quinn makes the deal to pay off the college. And then he decides to alter the deal, which I like the introduction of the arsonist character with the ant farm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When basically he's like sprinkling seeds, like, oh, this bugs are bad. You have to get rid of these bugs. Yeah, bugs are bad. Thinking the club would be closed on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great setup premise, and then giving the money to the daughter, and that little bit of business about giving the bracelet of the mom, and go marry that jock dude who's clearly a douchebag. Get your money, girl. And then when he gets to the scene of the fire, things take a turn. So yeah, I guess I didn't trust the dog, but I didn't see it going this way.
Right.
And I gotta say, it was pretty heavy. It wasn't a classically gory episode. It wasn't particularly. It was an unusual episode for me, but I thought it worked. And the daughter really sucked. Like she was totally fine with partying with strip club dudes. The real Kappa was the line about oh, where's my bracelet? oh, I don't know where it is. Whatever, it's not important. Anyway,
Yeah.
like, oh, you suck.
Yeah. It was her mom's who clearly was dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe her mom was a total fucking cunt, though. I mean, realistically, we don't get that part of the story. She could have been like a super abusive piece of shit mom and probably deserved what happened. And maybe she never wanted the bracelet to begin with. Or maybe she checked it and it was just costume jewelry.
Something made the daughter hang out in sleazy porn clubs and
It's probably coke.
Yeah, lots of coke.
It was the 90s.
But we find out that Terry O'Quinn thinks that his daughter, he set the fire that killed his daughter, so he does, kill himself. And
which is a pretty dramatic scene.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Like, I'm not sure if Ravenshadow can really relate to it. Maybe to somewhat of an extent, for sure. But I mean, as me and Chuck, as people who are parents, and Ravenshadow as somebody who used to be a parent,
yeah, retired
parent. I mean, like, there's definitely some aspect to that where you could definitely understand that.
Oh, 100%. Like,
you feel for him.
Yeah,
it's almost that classic Peter Parker thing, right? Like, I know you don't like this, JB, but Chuck's a man who knows what's up. I
don't like this. What part don't I like?
Well, superhero. I'm having fun with you.
I like Spider-Man.
But right, like Parker could have stopped the criminal that killed his uncle. Not quite the same thing, but because of his actions, he believes his daughter was killed.
Right.
Who then drives off to the sunset with Benicio del Toro. So, nice swerve. I would say this is a solid 7. Solid 7 for me.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and start off with my rating. I'm going to go ahead and agree with Ravenshadow on this one. I think this one's about a solid 7. There's a lot to this episode you can relate to, especially the dad. That's for sure. As a father. The daughter is definitely kind of, it's what none of us want our kid to be.
Right.
I mean,
lying, sequel.
I mean, looking back at it and everything, like, I'm sure, the dad sitting there wherever his spirit may be, looking down at his daughter, being like, I wish you would have died instead of your mom. And, I mean, she's clearly a piece of shit kid.
Yeah.
There's, that's just as what it is. I will say the character of Puck, I thought was pretty interesting character. There's something about him and the way that was played out that I really, really liked. He played that sleazebag kind of role way better than he should have.
Right.
And not only that, but it's like he didn't really admit to it or anything, but he made it seem like he did those pictures type thing and everything else. And it's like he played into everything so well. I mean, and not to mention also, like, some of the special effects in this episode were actually really, really good. I mean, for having like a, Puck being like half burned up and everything, the way it was done. I mean, having, somebody like Todd Masters on set to do this is, I mean, it's fucking phenomenal. It just is what it is. I mean, it really is some pretty fucking badass fucking special effects. And me personally, it's one of the things that I truly like about this episode. I mean, it looked extremely realistic as far as that goes. For those who don't know Todd Masters, he did special effects for like Haunting in Connecticut, the new Child's Play with Mark Hamill, Slither.
I like Slither.
Oh yeah, I mean he did an amazing job in Slither. What else? He did some of the stuff for like the Scary Movies. Basically a bunch of the Tales from the Crypt stuff. Leprechaun 2, he did all the special effects for that. All the Tales from the Crypt films, like Demon Knight. I mean, Demon Knight has some of the best special effects of any Tales from the Crypt product out there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some of the Howling stuff. I mean, The dude is just fucking a phenomenal special effect artist. So having him on there to do a lot of the work for this is just incredible. He's even the guy who did the special effect and makeup work on White Chicks. So think about that. He was able to make Wayans Brothers look white.
No, he didn't. I'm sorry, but no, he did not make them look white. You could tell. You could tell.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Blah blah blah.
People thinking they're all hot in the movie and shit. And it's
they
very
look
clear
white.
that.
I mean, I couldn't tell the difference between them and like real ones. Like, I mean, they look like white girls. They did a good job. I don't care.
I hate that fucking movie.
Really?
Yeah. No, I hate that movie.
No, you don't. It's not that bad.
Pretty
Well,
bad.
here, how about this, Chuck? He did one of our favorite rape revenge movies. He did special effects for it.
Well, I Spit on Your Grave.
American Mary.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So
Gotta
having
do it,
somebody
right?
like that, though, to be able to do a lot of the special effects for it made it really, really cool. As far as the story goes, though, like being a comic book fan, that's one thing that I can say is like reading these, like going and like checking out some of these episodes and then seeing where they come from. It's like you can kind of get a really good idea. Like when I saw this episode and I was like, oh, this is Shock Suspense Story 7. I knew right away it's going to be like, okay, we have some kind of true crime type story.
Yeah.
Like for instance, let me go ahead and just throw it out there. The Pit is the next Tales from the Crypt episode based off the Vault of Horror number 40 episode. I'm going to go ahead and take my little guessing on this one. It is probably with Vault of Horror going to be more of a horrific love triangle episode. Just from my personal experience on it. We'll see, won't we? But I mean, that's just my personal take on it from reading the comic books for years and years. I mean, it's not like I have many of them, but it's just the way it is. I'm not mad at this episode, though. I'm not mad that I watched it. I will say that clearly Kylie Ireland has stolen the show for this episode. There's not, I mean, it's crazy watching this movie and then realizing, wow, she's moving like that. Like it doesn't look like anything hurts. And that's after she was in not just one ass wreckage movie, but 2, and still isn't acting like her ass is actually wrecked.
Yeah,
I mean, let's just go ahead and throw it out there. She's the all-star of this episode. And I mean, can you dance like that after your ass was wrecked?
No.
No. But I mean, overall though, I mean, like I said, solid 7, great episode. I'm very happy with it. Now to talk a little bit about some of the stuff coming up. Next week, some of our good friends from the Skewered Universe podcast are going to be joining us. That is Jeff and Leanne, some of our good friends. And I mean, we've become pretty good friends, that's for sure, until he watches this next movie and then has a talk about it with me for a while. But we're going to be chatting about one of my favorite movies of all time, done by Peter Jackson, Meet the Feebles.
Yeah.
And as we learned recently, not only did Peter Jackson make this movie, but that motherfucker made the puppets too. So that's I mean, this dude is so talented. It's insane. I mean, I don't know how he does it, but Peter Jackson might be one of the greatest filmmakers ever to exist. The only thing I wish is that I wish he would have had more to do with the Rings of Power show, but blah, blah, blah. That's for a different episode, or I guess a different show in general. So we have that coming up, so feel free to make sure you check that out next week. I mean, it's going to be a fun fucking time, and who knows what's going to be said, because let's go ahead and tell everybody. This is a first-time watch for not just Jeff, but also Leanne. Neither of them have seen Meet the Feebles.
Wow.
So if you haven't seen something like that, it's gonna lead to an interesting conversation, to say the
Oh
least.
yeah, and they were like the same thing with the Cannibal Holocaust when they were on.
Yeah, they never saw that when I asked them to do Cannibal Holocaust with me.
Yeah,
Isn't it funny? Think about it. Two of my favorite movies that we were able to do, Meet the Feebles and Cannibal Holocaust. Does that maybe remind you of somebody, Ravenshadow?
A little bit.
A
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah, we might like some of the same stuff. But oh man. Anyways, dude. I mean, we've been here for like what, 42 minutes roughly. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you though, dude? Because I know that you've been a busy man. I know you're always podcasting on not just other shows that you can, but I mean, you got your own thing going on too.
But yeah, if you liked any of this appearance, check out Trick or Treat Radio. We are the world's most dangerous podcast. Been described as the morning drive radio show from hell. We do a live YouTube show around Eastern Standard Time on Thursday nights, and the audio drops at all the podcatchers on Friday morning. So check us out if you like assholes talking about nonsense.
That's fair. That's fair. So when is Tiny White going to be coming back?
We don't know. He's missing in action. It's almost October, so
yeah, I saw his post already. I know he's making his maze.
He starts in like August. Yeah, he makes his own haunted shenanigans. So he's definitely busy. But fans of this podcast, Tiny White did do the theme, which is totally killer.
Yeah. I mean, I talked to him, and when I was talking to him about it and what I wanted created for it, I was basically, I think he nailed it. So I'm going to tell you, I gave him 2 shows, and I was like, kind of combine it and do your own thing with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, one was the Tales from the Crypt theme. Do you want to take a guess on what the other show was?
227.
No. Chuck, do you want to take a guess? No. The Hitcher.
Oh shit.
Okay. Oh.
And that's how we got the theme song. I really, that's kind of what I wanted. So I mean,
because the Hitcher, that was it Showtime or HBO? That was
it's HBO, I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah, but that's kind of where I was at when I was like, yeah, this is kind of what I want. So this is what we got, the Tales from the Podcast theme, and hopefully everyone likes it. And for those who don't know Tiny White, I mean, he is a synth fucking keyboard fucking extraordinaire.
Yep.
Obviously in the band The Deadites, which another good friend of the show, Mr. Michael Mars, is part of. So check them out. Check out what they have going on. I believe they have a band camp. I'm sure if you just look up The Deadites, you'll find a bunch of shit. I mean, they have made a ton of music. It's if you're in the synth pop type stuff, I mean, you're gonna like it. Chuck probably won't like it.
I like some synth stuff. I don't know how much poppy I would like it though.
Oh, it's pretty poppy.
Oh, I mean,
I like it. I like it though. I mean, they do a good job.
And shit like that. You never know. I'm all over the place.
All right. Well, we'll see next episode. Make sure to tune in so you can see if Chuck liked it. Oh man. Anyways, dude, this has been a very fun episode. I'm very excited we were able to do this one. I'm even more excited we were able to go through that woman's career.
Yeah.
I mean, wow.
I got my laptop queued up, so if we can wrap this up, I got some research to do.
That's fair.
Hey, we are on the same track, aren't
we? But once again, JB and you boys, I just want to say, I'm you guys are kicking all the ass. I love what you're doing with the book. I love what you're doing with the convention stuff. So
thank you.
Keep on kicking ass, guys.
Thank you. Doing our best. And for those who don't know what he's talking about, I mean, today was the last day of the Monroe Pop Fest. I did that whole convention all 2 days, and quite the blast. Want to give a big thank you to Gary, who runs it. Dude is awesome. Also want to thank Josh Nealis, the owner of Cutthroat Comics and our publisher, editor. I mean, dude did a great job helping me put this stuff together and helping me get to where we needed to be to actually push stuff out. So remember, if you did want to check out anything and you did want to do any of that, I mean, just check out this book. I mean, it's a pretty fun one. It's good. I mean, Ravenshadow, I don't think you got one yet, did you?
We have to talk about that. Yeah, no, I need a tangible copy.
Right. How many people usually eat dinner at your house? Is it just you and your girlfriend?
Eat dinner at my house?
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend and my dog.
Your girlfriend? All right. So you, your girlfriend, your dog. Does your girlfriend have kids?
No.
So between the three of you, you guys should probably get 3 comic books, probably 4 actually. 3 for placemats, so you can have them for your food, and you can just set them on there, which is cool. I mean, most people have comic books for placemats, and then 1 reader copy. So
True.
I mean, realistically, you probably need to go ahead and get yourself 4 copies.
And that's actually probably 5 copies because the way you describe what you can, other options to do with the book. Speaking of the actress, so maybe one of the ones, maybe 5 copies is what we need.
Right. I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with this book. There's a lot of pages in here. If you're really into paper airplanes, you know how many paper airplanes you can make with an entire comic book?
It's true. Lots of words. There's lots of words in that book. It's like the Rime of the Ancient Mariner. That's an Iron Maiden reference.
Right. I was actually reading a very prolific scientific magazine called Science Weekly. And did you know that the #1 way that Americans learn how to read is from horror comic books?
I'm not sure that's true.
Fucker. All right. Well, you called me out on it. I made that whole fact up. In fact, I don't even know if that's a real publication.
It probably is. Yeah.
I made it up.
I think it probably is.
It might be.
Yeah.
If it's
You made
not,
for the magazine. It's Science, bitches. Available on newsstand.
right. But no, I strongly suggest going ahead and picking up one of these books.
Yeah.
And hopefully
Christmas
you like
coming.
it. If you don't like it, just remember, you can always go fuck yourself.
Yeah, we got your money.
No, it is a fun book. We worked really hard on it. It's obviously in the vein of EC Comics. It's 3 short stories, all hand drawn by me, Chuck, and Ron. Some of us worked harder than others on it.
Fair.
I'm joking. We all worked really hard on this book to put out something that we thought everybody would love, and I truly hope everybody does enjoy this book. And I mean, like I said earlier, you can touch it, you can rub it, you can caress it. Chuck, what are some things that you've done with your copy so far?
Read it.
Have you touched it?
I have to touch it to read it.
Have you caressed it?
No.
Have you ever smelt it?
Once.
So you can smell it too, guys.
Yeah.
You
It's got
can
to
smell.
smell.
It does. And I'm not a douchebag either. I also ship all these out in Gemini boxes. You seemed surprised when I said I'm not a douchebag for Ravenshadow.
No, he's not.
It's like you're a douchebag. You sort of look like, what? He's not? No, he's not a douchebag? Are you sure? But no, we definitely appreciate everybody checking out what we're doing with that. That's for damn sure. And appreciate everybody who went to Monroe, Michigan and picked up some copies of this. I mean, it was a good time. I can't wait for next year and do it again. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've went somewhere, and I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. The first few times I went to the Monroe Pop Fest was just to get more stuff signed by James O'Barr. And I'm to the point now where I have quite a few things signed by this guy. He's probably sick of me. He's probably like, why is this bad piece of shit always coming over here? He's like, he got this book, he has that book, he has this movie, he has this.
I've already fucked your comic once. Get away from me.
Right? But it's always fun. Hopefully we can do a convention where I can get Chuck close enough and be part of it with me too. I mean, that'd be fun. That's for
That
sure.
would be fun. That'd be cool.
Right. And I will say one of the things that was really cool about this convention though is Tyler Haddix. He's an artist. He's done a little bit of cool stuff. I mean, the dude's a very talented artist. Check out some of the stuff he's done online. You guys can check him, look him up. But he ended up joining us as well for doing some signings because he did one of the Turkey Shark covers. And I mean, what a fun guy, good guy, and amazing fucking artwork too. And that was really cool to be able to have not just me and Josh, but having another person join us randomly and who was able to make it there, who was also part of the whole group. So that was pretty cool too. Anyways, Chuck, you got anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, my band, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat.
Right.
All the shit that we're doing, go to Facebook on that. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, all that fun shit. I've got my Wednesday podcast with the Video Store Clerks. I also have Nasty Nation and Graveyard Talk, which is an audio only thing at the moment. Anchor. You can also find that on Spotify. And yeah, that's about it.
That's awesome. I forgot. I also have to mention my band, the Legitimate Sons of a Jesus Pig. We are working very, very hard on our next single, and we're hoping it's going to bring many people together to give each other mouth hugs and really just make the world a better place and spread the word of the Jesus Pig. So with that being said, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.